What's up, everyone? The purpose of this video is to show you guys how to use any device as an input for your drums. I'll show you how to map each sound and then how to use the keyboard as an input device for your drums. So when you see people tapping on their keyboards making the sounds, that's what I'll show you how to do. And then also I'm going to show you how to take your 808s in Ableton and tune them. Now you can apply the same principles to any DAW really, so it should all be very applicable. So I've made a track already, and I'll walk you guys through each track right now just to give a brief overview. So we'll start off with the pads. It's not anything really that special, but I'll walk you through the effects that I put on it real quick. So this is how it sounds without any effects. Kind of dry. And so to make it sound less dry, I put on the Tal Reverb 4, which is a free reverb plugin that I use on pretty much everything. It just gives it a lot of space, and I like the way it sounds. And then on top of that, I put Blue Cat Triple EQ, which is another free EQ just to take off some of the low end to free up some space for the 808s. It's not much, but that's how those sound. My top melody, so this is Expand 2 under the ethnic section, the Kodo sound. And this is what it sounds like without any effects on it. And so, like with the pads, I thought it sounded a little dry, and so I put some reverb on it. Also using Tal Reverb 4. And then I also messed with the EQ on that instrument as well. I gave it an old speaker. It's a preset in the free Blue Cat's Triple EQ. And so this is what it sounds like with all effects. Definitely changes the vibe of that instrument. And then finally, so like I said, this video is going to show you how to tune your 808s and how to program your drums into a keyboard. So I put in hi-hats just as backing, so I didn't have to worry about messing with them too much. Basically all it is two hi-hat sounds I pulled off Reddit. And then this is what the pattern looks like. Standard two-step, and then I put a couple rolls here and there just to keep it a little interesting. So those are hi-hats, really basic, not a whole lot of anything going on with them. And the way, real quick, one note on those, the way I got them to be the alternate, like instead of just that's why I had the two identical sounds. I mapped them on the top and then I mapped them on the bottom, selected all the bottom notes and or the top notes, and just lowered the volume of all of them so you get the alternating. Real quick how to do that, just click it and you can mess with the velocities of the notes right there. And then with rolls, I just like to have graduated volume. And that's how the track sounds with everything all together right now. So what I'll do first is I'll take you to, so to start off, in Ableton, when you have a keyboard hooked up, it should automatically connect, and then from here you can pull, go to Instruments, double click Drum Rack, and then you'll get the drum rack. From here what I did is I go to my samples, pulled up my sample pack, and then I just picked some random out of any of the closed hats out of the kits that I have. So once you choose the sound that you like on your keyboard, just tap a note and it's going to show you on the drum rack which key you're hitting. And so then you take a sound that you want. I'll just choose this random sound, place it there, and then every time you hit the keyboard, Sad, my dog. Every time you hit that, you're going to make that sound. So I did that for my 3 sounds that I want. I've got the 808 Mafia kick and then a snare. So like I said, the hi-hats are already laid, so this is going to be a pretty quick and simple process. So from here, once you get your volumes correct, and for percussion, I like everything just hitting slightly above 12. So as you can see, the kick's peaking at -2. I'll drop that down to 18. This just makes it easier to master once you're done laying down the tracks. I think the snare's hitting a little too hard. Oh, never mind. Okay, so now every time you play this, it's going to make whatever you want. And you can do this for as many or as few sounds as you want. So from here, I'm going to go put the metronome on, choose where I want to record from. I'll start from a couple bars out, that way I'm not lost in the beat. And then you hit record, and I'll lay this track. I got what I wanted, and let me just figure out where to cut this at. Okay, so that's what I want to loop right there. I'm going to delete this note so it doesn't show up in any duplicates I make of this track. I'm just going to close this up. So now I've got a workable piece that I can just duplicate, put it on the rest of my track if I want it, or that sounded weird. Hold on. Okay, so now that we got the drum pattern laid, I'll show you how to do 808s the way I do, at least. If you have a better way, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'm always trying to get a little better at this. So I'll also show you how to use any MIDI keyboard as an input device for your 808s. So just to walk you through what that looks like from start to finish, I'll go up to Instruments. I'll choose Simpler. You double click that, this box will pop up. From there you can go to any sample packs of 808s that you've got. Choose one that you like. Once you find one that you like, you just double tap it, drag it down here. And then that's what's loaded into your MIDI keyboard. So the next step, though, to make sure they sound good, is to tune it. And so I know the 2 chords that I use for the melodies in this beat at least is an F minor and a C minor. So that means I want my 808s hitting on F and C when I ask them to. So the way I do that in Ableton is you go to the audio effects, go to your tuner, double click that, and it pops open the tuner down here. And I'll do this from the start. So I'd already tuned this 808. I'll put it back to normal. And so for this, I'm going to hit an F. Watch the tuner, see what happens. So it's hitting an F. However, it's sitting at about it's hitting at like 14 counts sharp. And so I'm going to detune this 14. Now it should be hitting dead on the F. So it'll be right in tune. Perfect. So that's how you tune your 808. So the next step I want to show you guys how to make a glide really simply. So you have your 808, you got tuned, whatever. Now you want, instead of just one note after the other, if you want to get a smoother glide, like that, or like that, you can go into your sample and then choose one voice. What this does is it restricts Ableton to only being able to play one 808 at a time. And so from there, you go to your controls and go to glide. So normally it's set to off, which will give you one note at a time for every note that you hit. Or you can go to portamento. Honestly, I don't really know what that means. Glide though, you select that. And I'll demonstrate, I'll turn it off real quick. So that's what it does. But then on glide, you can see how it slides everywhere. So that's a basic 808 glide. And so I'm just going to see what sounds good, and then I'm going to lay the 808, and that'll be done. Okay, so I'm going to record that, and then before the end of the video, I'm going to show one thing that I do to my 808s to make them sound fatter. So that's the 808 line. And like I said, in and of itself, it's not bad, but I want it to be more present in the mix. Also, one thing I'm going to do this real quick is quantize it. Just lock everything to the grid where it's supposed to be. So that sounds decent. And then a plugin that I use, and it's free. Go into your plugins and choose Camel Crusher. You can download it for free. Just choose it off the internet, and you can just mess around with the presets and then modify as you like. One thing that I know works well is either the ultra fat or more beef. So we'll see what it sounds like with each. So obviously it's too much distortion. So I'm just going to turn it down. There you have it. So this is what the finished segment of a beat sounds like. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. If you guys like the video, please subscribe, comment, and like, and I'll get more videos out to you for whatever topics you like. Just leave them in the comments below.